Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're looking at AMC, GME, SPY, Bitcoin, and more. We're going to be checking out these charts and technicals, looking at the smaller levels, the micro levels, and looking at the larger levels, the macro levels, giving you guys an update and prediction on the smaller and larger time frame. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Now, with that being said, let's go and hop in the charts, the facts, the data, and see what we have going on.
Guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're looking at AMC, a GME, and a SPY. This is your daily update prediction. We'll also be looking at Bitcoin as well in this video. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's go and hop in the charts, the facts, the data, and see what we have going on. So the first thing I want to point out for you guys here on AMC and GME and SPY is that SPY is pulling back to the downside. So you guys can see SPY had this overall ascending triangle. So we had an ascending wedge, rising wedge. I'm sorry, let me make sure I use the proper terminology. We had a rising wedge here on SPY, and this formed later half of the day after we got this breakdown into this falling wedge. And you guys can see we're overall trending down. MACD starting to curl down. Here in the hourly time frame, bearish MACD, 2-hour time frame, bearish MACD, 4-hour time frame, MACD starting to curl down, starting to flip bearish. So I do think SPY is starting to top out and form that overall pattern that we talked about in my video just a few days ago. I went over it several times on the live stream, so I'm not going to go over it again. But you guys can see, if you look back through my videos for the past couple of days, we had this overall triple top type scenario, and I told you guys that we'd be seeing an uptrend on SPY Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then most likely Thursday and Friday start to see a downtrend, and this is exactly what we're seeing. And I do think this is actually going to continue into Friday. So I do think Friday is going to see a little bit more downside. You do really want to watch the key levels of 474.92. If this level is used as support, you could see a decent bounce to the upside, but what I think is going to actually happen is we're going to end up working our way back down and then end up using it as resistance. So I think we're end up going to seeing a break beneath the key level of 474.92, and that's going to bring us to the downside on SPY, and this is what I'm looking at for the rest of the week. I do think Friday is actually going to be a red day. There's a potentiality for it to be a green day if you can hold that 474.92, but it's looking like my prediction from the beginning half of the week on my weekly outlook where I looked at the channel. Basically, if you guys want to see that for yourself, you guys can go to my channel. But where I look at the weekly outlook, and guys, it is looking like we are seeing exactly what we were talking about on these past couple of videos, and you guys can check those out for yourself. Right here, you guys can see I have the same shape trending up for the first half of the week and then start trending down in the later half of the week. And of course, we talked about this in the weekly outlook as well with that video here. So that's what I'm looking at for SPY. I do think we're going to see overall downside here on Friday. Inflation numbers did come out. They came out hot. So if you guys do not know, the inflation numbers did come out. They came out hot on year over year and month over month. They came out higher than expected, and this is some of the reason why I believe we would see some downside. Now, the Bitcoin ETF did come out. You guys can see the Bitcoin ETF is seeing a little bit of pop to the upside here in after hours. What it did do is shoot up to $30, then come back down to $26, finding a overall bottom at that $26 range, and is starting to move to the upside and is seeing green here in after hours. I do think the Bitcoin itself is better than the ETF. People are asking me which is better, the ETF or Bitcoin. Me personally, I would prefer owning the actual asset itself, Bitcoin, over any of these things. Bitcoin did see an amazing move to the upside all the way up to about 49K before pulling back. This is a very common thing when you do go outside of the bands. We went outside of the bands here on Bitcoin, seeing this beautiful move to the upside as we're trying to break out of this expanding megaphone that we are forming right now. You guys can see we're trying to hold this level as support where we could see a bullish move to the upside on BTC. I do think BTC is going in a bull run here in 2024. I've been talking about this for quite some time, talking about this particular time right now in the beginning half of 2024 where you would see a bull run around the halving, which is April 2024, and we are seeing this start to formulate now. So we've been very accurate on Bitcoin and our predictions on Bitcoin. So if you want to see more predictions on cryptocurrency, you can go ahead and press subscribe right now. So this is what we're looking at for Bitcoin in the overall market. I do think Bitcoin could see a potential pullback to about 44.4K if it does seem to lose some of this momentum. But right now what we're doing is breaking out of an expanding megaphone, and I think we're actually going to go up for another retest of that 49 region here in the next couple of days. Let's go ahead and show you guys the overall numbers for the meme stocks and go into the meme stocks and then wrap up this video. Again, this video is going to be a little bit shorter, kind of like yesterday's, just giving you guys an overall layout on what to expect in the future here over the next couple of days. And guys, you can check out the live stream tomorrow. I will be streaming live tomorrow, giving you guys an update and prediction while the market is open as well. Let's go ahead and show you guys the numbers that we have for GME stock. This is 90,000 shares available to borrow for GME, 90,000 for GME. And then let's go ahead and go to AMC. 2.8 million shares available to borrow for AMC. Nice little gamma ramp at that $5 level. If we can possibly get up to that level, which I don't believe, we only have 1 day left. And then for GME, nice little gamma at that $20 level. Don't believe we can get up there. Obviously, we only have 1 day left in the week. Now, let's go ahead and hop into GME and show you guys what's going on as far as the technicals are concerned for GameStop stock and show you guys what's really going on here. So I did tell you guys we'd probably trend down on GameStop going to about that $14 or $15 level. We talked about this as we started trending away from $18 that we'd most likely come back down to about that $14 level. And this is what we're seeing on GameStop stock, coming back down to about that $14 level or $15. I'm sorry, I do apologize, $15 level, and then getting a bounce to the upside. So you guys can see we went down to $14.98. That's why I keep saying the different two. We went down to $14.98. So I was about 2 cents off of that key level right there. And it looks like we're starting to find a bottom, making a higher low with a little bit of green in the beginning of after hours. But right now you can see it's basically flat. It is flat. And we are holding those key support and resistance levels. I expect GameStop to actually see a move up tomorrow. Even if the market does seem to pull back, GameStop's probably going to see it push to the upside. What might be the case for GameStop is one more retest of that like $14.98 region that could potentially happen in the morning. But what I'm expecting, if that did happen in the morning, to see a bounce to the upside, I do think GameStop is going to recover. I think GameStop's going to recover and start moving back towards that $18 level. And I am again, this is not to hype things up, but I am thinking that GameStop potentially could have a short squeeze here because the macro is starting to phase out, where the bearish momentum is starting to phase out and the bullish momentum is starting to phase in. So it is a possibility that GME could see an overall short squeeze, especially if it starts to go into another disbelief rally. And that turns into a euphoria rally, especially with the short interest that we're seeing here on GME. If we go ahead and go to GME short interest, you guys can see that GME short interest is sitting at 22.88%. So it is looking good for GME to have a potential short squeeze if the price does start to raise, especially towards that $18 level. Because once we get past $18 for GME, that's where things could get interesting, because around $20 is where the gamma normally sits, $20, $30. And that $18 level is the last major support and resistance that we have to get above before hitting that $20 level. So if we can break above $18.50 right here and use that level as support, so basically see a break above using that level as support, you're going to see a decent move to the upside for GameStop, and that would take us to about $20, where that gamma ramp can then kick in and we could see a decent move to even 30 or 40 bucks on GME stock. But as far as GME's macro is concerned, it's breaking out of this massive falling wedge. I do think that we are going to see a decent move to the upside for GME as it breaks out of that wedge. And I do think we are starting to see GME start to turn around and actually move back to the upside, and start to end out, like I said, phase out that bearish momentum and then start to move in with that bullish momentum after it's breaking out of this falling wedge, which is actually a bullish continuation pattern. You have an uptrend going to a falling wedge, and that leads into another uptrend, filling these gaps to the upside that GameStop still has here. And we can see that the MACD is green as well. If we go ahead and look at the monthly MACD, You guys can see the monthly MACD is trying to curl up, and best believe it will turn green again. That will lead us into another euphoria bull rally, and then that's where we could see another potential short squeeze for GME stock, and I do believe that could happen here in 2024. So this is what I'm looking at for GME on the short and long term. Tomorrow, I'm expecting it to trend up, okay? Do not sleep on GME, because GME, I think, is literally a sleeping giant ready to make a move at any minute, especially with the liquidity being so locked up on GME. 48% of it's locked up in computer share at all times. That's not counting how many short shares are being used and how many people are buying. This thing is prone to volatile movements, especially because it's not that large of a float. Now, let's go ahead and go into AMC stock and show you guys what's going on for AMC, and then wrap up this video. So you guys can see that AMC is getting a little bit of bullish divergence. RSI starting to trend up while price is trending down. So you guys can see RSI is clearly trending up, making higher lows, while price is trending down, making lower highs. So this is a very clear downtrend, while price is in a very clear downtrend on price, while RSI is in a very clear uptrend. So we're starting to get that bullish divergence. Also, the level of $4.60 still could come into play. I'm going to show you guys why. So I'm going to tell you guys two particular scenarios that could happen for AMC. It could end up holding these key levels of $4.62 as support, break out of the wedge, and then move up and not have to go down to $4.60 even. But if it does not hold that level and get rejected from here, you will see it come back down to retest $4.60, maybe even $4.58 before breaking out of the wedge and then moving back to the upside. So do not underestimate $4.60 just yet. The price target is still possible to hit, but as of right now, the low for AMC is sitting at that current level of $4.64, and we haven't lost that other 4 cents that we need to get to 460. So I do believe there is a chance to actually hold this level based off the price action that I'm seeing here on the smaller time frames, and actually start to move back to the upside for AMC stock here yet tomorrow. So what we're hoping to do for AMC is to hold the key level of $4, and it's going to be 70 cents even, $4.70 even. Hold that level as support. Now, we might have to come back down in the early morning, and I'll show you guys what we're looking at. Basically, we want to see this held as support. We might have to come down early morning, retest $4.62, then get a bounce to the upside. But if we can maintain above $4.70, that's when we can start moving back towards possibly that $5 level where gamma could kick in. And help us get a push to the upside here on Friday, okay? We only have 1 day left, but $5 isn't that far away. It isn't that far away, and it is a possibility that we could get up there, and they are going to try their best to keep us away from that level. But the spot we're at with AMC right now definitely could see us breaking out of this wedge and moving to the upside. You can also see, which is very peculiar, there's buy orders sitting at $4.72. So somebody is waiting to buy tomorrow. You can see there's sell orders at $4.75. So it's looking like tomorrow potentially could be a bullish day for AMC, believe it or not. Especially if we start to see the market pull back in a decent way, I think AMC could definitely see a pop. So watch out for that, especially if you start to see SPY capitulate and move back down past that key levels of let's see, what was it? 474.92. If it uses that as resistance, you're going to see GME, or you'll see SPY start to move down, and that could also help AMC catalyze and move to the upside. But guys, this is pretty much everything I'm looking at for AMC and GME. Guys, tune in tomorrow for the live stream to get more technical analysis and predictions live. And if you found this video informative, go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe for more content like this. I cover cryptocurrency, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin, AMC, stocks, crypto, and more. So if you find this interesting and informative, go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.
All right, guys, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like. Press subscribe for more content like this. And remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. And as always, I appreciate each and every one of you that watched the end of this video, because so few people are able to watch the end because attention spans are absolutely getting decimated. As always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.